Hello, I'm Andy Schmuckler, host here of A Better Human Story. We're living right now in dark and dangerous times, and it's always the case that in such times there will be people who step forward and play a heroic role in defense of what's right and what's good. Václav Havel in Czechoslovakia, uh, the fellow in Lech Walesa in Poland, and the solidarity movement. These people step up when people are confronted with evils that need to be combated. And we've got people like that in our times that should be honored for being the heroes that they are. I mean, for example, Timothy Snyder at Yale has come forward as a voice that's showing in very profound ways the nature of the battle that's going on between fascism and democracy, between authoritarian and democratic societies, and on tyranny. He's been very deeply illuminating of a lot of things. A fellow named Mark Elias, who seems to be everywhere that voting rights are under assault from the Republican world, and winning cases in court together. But one of the people that I want to think deserves being celebrated is Simon Rosenberg. So, I don't even know exactly what his long-standing. Was he a pollster, a political strategist? I think probably all that kind of stuff. And he's got a exceptionally clear mind that's reflected in the messages that he sends out. And he's sending out essentially what we should say is messages of hope and empowerment. He's putting his intelligence to work to help elevate the optimism of a big chunk of liberal America, because that is a source of power and strength and stamina. Hope is a powerful thing. He called his he established. I don't know how long ago that was, but the hopium, as hope and opium. I don't know. I mean, does that imply that he's trying to drug us into a false state of hope? And that remains a question. Hope is very powerful, but what if we also want to be in touch with reality, which is an important thing for me. And I read Rosenberg every day, and he really does give me more hope. And I can see that is exactly what should be done with the Democratic electorate, because hope is a source of power. It makes one more effective. It makes depression decreases one's capability. The despair decreases one's capability. Hope is something that drives people onward, makes them more capable. Confidence. Our religions have been teaching forever about be not afraid. I mean, the opposite of hope, you could say, is despair, but it's also fears. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Hopes and fears go together too as a pair. And the religions have taught, be not afraid. This power of the Spirit lies in hope, and this power of the Spirit is what you need to be able to bring into the world to be more effective in it. It's a strengthening thing. And we are engaged in a battle right now between democracy and fascism. And if Simon Rosenberg is strengthening all the other Democratic supporters that are reading him by increasing their hope, he is helping to win the battle, which is why I think he's a hero for our time. But then the realist in me starts to wonder, well, what would he say if things really didn't look so good? I mean, he does really make a good case for why as he says, we are winning, but we haven't won it yet. So he doesn't want the sense that we are winning to in any way induce complacency, which is an important thing to add to the hope thing. Some old thing about praise to the Lord and keep your powder dry or something like that. You play both parts. You're filled with hope. You think things are going well, but you use that hope only to make you more powerful and more inspired to fight and win the battle. No complacency. And he puts out that message, and he does it very well. He does it so well that even though there's a part of me that wonders, well, what would he say if the picture was grim? I'm persuaded that actually it is looking pretty good for Kamala Harris, barring some change in the way things seem to be floating over the next 4 weeks. I think that that's probably the case. And I appreciate that people are, like Simon Rosenberg, are giving hope while at the same time calling people to battle. The Republicans are also trying to trade on hope. And I don't know, maybe they've got good grounds for hope. But they lie about everything else, and I think that they're probably deliberately lying about this too. I can see in the conservative world that there's a hopium force at work in Trump world too. They're generating a lot of things that people are talking about, the sort of artificial polls that sort of make it look better in the polling than it actually is, because there are just biases built into how it's being done, and that there are things that work. And, well, anyway, there are ways of getting to real hope. And I don't know for sure if Rosenberg would tell us if there weren't. He didn't seem particularly troubled when Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket. But then for a long time, neither was I. I thought that he was in better shape than he was to run against Donald Trump and win. So I don't know. But the job that he's doing, it looks intellectually very strong. He's paying attention to all the information that I'm finding, not in places that are reporting things without trying to generate hope, particularly. There are a lot of hopeful things, and he's pointing them out. And I think that he's doing a great service. It's keeping up the morale of the troops, you might say, for the battle that we're in. So Simon Rosenberg is a hero for our times. Thank you. Bye-bye.